What is good, everybody? Yes, I'm wearing a San Francisco
Doesn't he
49ers
look
hat right
handsome?
now. It makes me
Look how
absolutely
handsome
sick.
he is.
It makes me sick, and I don't want to spoil giving away my pick, but I'm going to tell you guys, if it wasn't obvious already, I'm back in the Niners. I'm back in the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I had to do it. As much as I wanted to come on here, wear some Chiefs gear and tell Gino that the 49ers are not winning, I have to back the 49ers. So I'm just going to start off by saying that. I'm going to be on the 49ers. Before we dive into the show today, as always, this show is sponsored by betopenly.com. Go right now, make an account. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be giving away money to every single one of you. No deposit needed to bet on Bet Openly for the big game this weekend. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at Matty Bets. Bet Openly now has single player props, parlays against the house. Everything you can imagine, you can pretty much now do on Bet Openly. It'll be in the description of the YouTube video, so go check it out. So I got to ask Gino right off the bat, are you nervous at all? I know you're going to the game. This is your team. You had them preseason as your pick. Is there any part of you that's like, damn, we're going up against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and we still have a young quarterback? Like, is there any part of you that's nervous?
Bro, I want to throw us some love.
Yeah.
We got laughed at by people when we said we thought the Chiefs had one of the best defenses in the NFL. So why am I nervous? We're up against the Chiefs, and they have a better defense than I ever imagined they'd have. I don't know where this defense came from. So that makes me nervous. Like, they're good in the secondary. A young quarterback in Brock up against a very fast defense that's good in the secondary. And then I ease my nerves by saying, like, dude, we should be able to run on them.
Yeah.
They're not even top 10 in defense rankings against the run.
Yeah. And I was looking at one of the Russian props right now. So if you are going to bet on who will be the top rusher of the game,
I love props.
Who would your pick be? Because right now, Christian McCaffrey is obviously the favorite at minus 200. But you got Isaiah Pacheco plus 155. That man been running wild.
I know.
He runs fast, aggressive with his head down. He's legit.
And he has way more yards.
And then you got two long shots here. You got Patty Mahomes at plus 2,300. And then you got Debo at plus 2,600. If Debo breaks one, tell me that plus 2,600
Bro, 26 to 1 is nasty.
He could break one.
What makes me the most nervous of everything? I'm sorry, Shanny. You know I got a lot of love for you, but it's you, Shanny.
Yeah.
It's Shanny. Shanny's so genius, offensive brain. I don't know. A lot of people don't know we don't have an offensive coordinator. He's our offensive coordinator. I think he's the only head coach in the league that does that. Dude, I just don't want him to make it about him. Like, I think he is a little insecure and has to prove himself because of his past losses. He has 2 Super Bowl losses. And I just don't want him to force in his genius plays when we don't need them. Yeah. I want us to run the ball first. So we'll talk about everything on this show. I got 40 to 1. One band wins 40 bands on Debo as the MVP. So I would
now,
love.
Is that available right now, or you got that last?
I got it 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay. I think it's worth half.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if I had to pick one player to have a really good game in this game, like outside of the obvious, which is like Mahomes, it's Debo, man. I'm gonna hammer a lot of Debo Samuel props here. I think, there's gonna be so much value on all of his props here. I think Debo's gonna ball out. So would you take a shot at him to have the most rushing yards of the game at 26 to 1?
The hardest part about that is at 26 to 1, Matt, I think you found an EV positive play. I mean that. I know it sounds fucking asinine to say, my dudes, but 26 to 1, the odds of him passing CMC cannot be 26 to 1. They just can't be.
Well, it's him passing CMC and Pacheco.
And
Mahomes, who's been running wild. Brock Purdy's even been running the ball.
Well, I guess all I was saying was for Debo to win it, he needs to have more yards than CMC at least. Yeah. But again, the Pacheco one scares me, right? Our defense has not looked good against the run. Yeah. I was nervous how much they ran, the Packers ran on us, and how much the Lions did.
Yeah. See, to me, if I had to pick between taking C-Mac at minus 200 or Pacheco at plus 155, I'm taking Pacheco all day because I think C-Mac's going to get a lot of action just through the air as well. Whereas Pacheco could get a lot of action. He's going to get a lot of carries.
Linebackers. I don't understand the Mahomes one. I hope I'm not eating my words, but that one doesn't make sense.
For me, if I had to pick in this, I'm taking Pacheco. It sounds like Gino would 100% be down for Debo there. So let's move on to another one.
Real quick.
Yeah, good.
Steve, homie, go on to bet openly. Make your Chiefs -6 play. You'll probably get paid like 2.5, 2.6 to 1. Yeah. And I will personally fill that play. All love. Chiefs -6. Make that bet. You can even lower it down to 4, and I'd still take it.
I like it. All right, let's go over who do you think is going to have the better game through the air? More passing yards. We got Patrick Mahomes is at -158, Brock at +120-ish. Who would you pick there? Do you think there's a chance? Do you think there's any value on Brock to outthrow or pass for more yards than Patrick Mahomes at only +120?
Yeah, the crazy thing to me is there's only a 10-yard difference on their projections. Yeah. It's 248 for Brock, 258 for Mahomes. So
you take the plus money there.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 yards out of 204. It's really low mathematically.
Yeah.
And I think the Chiefs are going to come out and try and run the ball. We haven't looked that great again. Like if our front four is on and Bosa's calling him out for holding and he's able to get to Mahomes quick, I think the Chiefs will be able to move the ball on the ground a little bit. And I'll give you guys one of my favorite plays that's a little bigger than Matty and I are going to get into every detail. I like the under in this game. I know that's square. I know it's not square, excuse me. I know that's boring. I know it's lame betting the under in a Super Bowl. But dude, like just looking at this, there's a lot of ways this under can hit. The Chiefs defense is good. The Niners defense was top of the line, and they've just had a bit of a skid, but they've had two little flashes of second half greatness.
Yeah.
And if the Chiefs are running the ball and the Niners are running the ball and both secondaries step up, that under's 27-20s all day, 23-20s all day.
Yeah. I like the under.
Both ways.
I like the under too, for sure. Who do you think will have the most receiving yards in the game? We got Kelsey coming in at the favorite, +270. Rashee Rice at +290. Brandon Ayuk at +330. Or Deebo Samuel at +470. Who would you take out of those four?
Man. I just want to see the odds real quick.
Because Deebo, you just feel like you're going to get screwed with him getting some rushes out of the backfield.
He's going to run a
+470 is still a nice number, though.
Ayuk is our number one.
Yeah.
At 3.3 to 1. We don't give up a lot to receivers. To tight ends. I don't think Kelsey's a good bet there. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be overmarked on him. You know what's interesting is how they got two guys. They got two of their receivers above any of ours.
Yeah.
Man, this might be the Deebo show, dude. 4.7 to 1.
Like I said, bro, I'm all over Deebo in this game.
He breaks a little screen.
I like Deebo there, too. So I really do. All right, let's get into the crazy novelty props. I got to ask Gino.
Please.
I don't know if these will be on Bet Openly or not, but I still got to ask him. The number of patties on Andy Reid's hamburger, over under 1.5.
Y'all are sick. And where is that even? Does he have one before the game or something?
Who the hell knows?
Does he eat one on the sideline?
I think during the weekend or just in dinner.
I mean,
what? How can you not take that over?
You got to have two patties. Like Andy Reid could eat me, and I haven't ordered a single patty in fucking 10 years.
Here's another crazy one. Will the power go out in the Super Bowl? It's only 14 to 1. Is that some crazy shit or what?
I mean,
it's gone out once.
Of course, I would take the under.
You know, what's crazy is the last time it went out was in the 49ers.
49ers last one. We'll get to all your questions, guys. BTD and Purdy over half interception. Man, you know that one. So I want to get Noah's question real quick, because then I'll go back to this other question. If you can go down to Noah real quick, just 2 down. I appreciate the compliment, my dude. Matty and I try our best to give you our unbiased opinions. We do research before the show, and then we also, we wear our biases on our chest, our head half the time. I really do like, and I'll just give you guys this story. I really like how much tickets, how much money, and how much the public is on the Chiefs, but the line really hasn't moved. It's gone from 1.5 to 2. Back down to 1.5. So no, I'm being real with you. All my Niner fandom aside, I absolutely love that Vegas is exposed on the Chiefs winning, and they don't seem to be losing any sleep. They're locking it in. And the craziest part, they know that the squarest plays are going to come in the day of the Super Bowl when people start drinking. As it gets closer, they'll open up their accounts, deposit for the first time. And they know that the Mahomes versus Purdy is too much to overcome for the public. The public just can't get past how is Mahomes an underdog. He beat better teams. I would argue the only better team he beat was Baltimore. Buffalo was very injured on the secondary. The Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers were very good. Now I'll go back to this question to hopefully fulfill the unbiased one, the half. I actually like the question from BTB about the half a interception. Genuinely, just two more up. It breaks my heart to say it, but I saw this one and I was like, dude, how is this real? Like, how is Purdy minus 148 on over a half? Like, it's a lot because he's basically thrown 2 or 3 interceptions the last 2 games. I think he should be minus 175. So sadly, maybe the only shade I'm going to throw against Purdy today is going to be, I think he has an interception. And the only way he doesn't is if we just come out and hammer that run, both with Debo, both with Eli. Just hammer the run. We know CMC's running, but I mean, tricking in other people into offbeat runs. So, yeah, I mean, guys, Brock had interceptions. Like, even the games he didn't, he bounced it off someone's face or chest. So, I don't think Brock learned his lesson. I think he's going to play the game that got him here, where he slangs the rock and he's not afraid to turn the ball over, sadly.
Yeah.
I hope that's helpful. And I'll keep going down. But Gibson, my dude, if you're in Vegas, drinks on me. He said, Brock, 4 TDs, no picks. Bang, bang. I'll take it, Gibson, all day. And then Derek, yeah, we're the same, Derek. And I know I'm a Niner fan. It seems like you like the Chiefs. It does scare me if I'm a Chiefs fan. I would not like, let me finish this and then him, Jesus Christ, the mic to Matty. I would not like 90%, 80% of the bets on the Niners, and the line is sticking. I'm being dead serious. I preached this ever since I started my TikTok with Matty 2-3 years ago.
So give us your overall analysis of the lines and odds of where it opened at, where it's at today, and what it means to you. Yeah, so this is very simple, guys. The Niners have been ranked higher on the power rankings than the Chiefs all year. Just flat out. The Niners have been ranked higher than the Chiefs in power rankings. A lot of sharps use power rankings to make their lines and odds on a unbiased field, a mutual field. That's exactly what the Super Bowl is. If anything, you can argue it's a little bit of the Niners field, right? It's an hour flight from San Francisco. It's a 3-hour flight from Kansas City, but again, a wash. The Chiefs have 2 Super Bowl rings in the last X amount of years, 1 loss. They've been in 3 or the last 5, whatever. This is going to be a home field slightly to the Niners. Just the fans are going to be 65% Niners. So they open up the line at minus 1.5 to see what people would do. And people started betting the dog. And they didn't adjust. There is no reason this shouldn't be a money line pick 'em. Niners should have moved down, whatever, to 1. They're leaving it where they are because they're comfortable with all the action they're getting. That is my unbiased analysis, all gold jacket aside. Vegas is exposed on the Niners, but they're saying that, or excuse me, on the Chiefs. They're saying that's fine. We are comfortable in this position. It seems like a lot of heavier action from Wales have come in on the Niners money line, whereas there's way more tickets on the Chiefs, though.
Yeah, and most of you guys that know us, like, honestly, the dudes listening right now, the dudes that know Matty, y'all are sharper than 99% of the public. Like, just the fact that you do any research. So I want to pay us like a tribute. Anyone listening to the show, we don't move lines and odds. Like, we make such a small percentage of this market. Like, my dad and all his friends have been betting and losing bettors since they were my age. None of them have social media. Like, they don't even know where to start with that stuff. So to Matty's point, we're going to see bets. I don't know if you saw Billy Walters says he's betting the Chiefs.
Is he?
Yeah, Billy Walters said he's going to put $0.5 to $1 million. He's also a big psychops guy. I don't know if you guys know Billy Walters, but just know that he used to, this is back in the day, he would go, and this is real, he would go in with like a couple hundred racks back in the day, put it on the wrong side, hope they would overcorrect, and then come over the top with, $500,000, $1 million on the side he wanted because he just got 3 or 4 points. So he announced what he was doing, which is very Billy Walters trying to get the Niners as a pick 'em. But to Matty's point, it seems like some sharper bettors like the Niners. So they could be balancing this out.
Yeah.
But we do make up such a small percentage.
Yeah, no, for sure. One thing that stuck out to me, a lot of people are like the over 10.5 points for the Chiefs in the first half. And we've seen the Chiefs, in the Baltimore game, they scored 2 touchdowns really quick. We've also seen the 49ers give up points early to the Lions.
I agree.
A lot of points in the first half to the Lions. What are your thoughts on the first half in general in this game?
Yeah, so it's really weird, guys. Like, which Chiefs are we getting? Because there was a Chiefs team that couldn't score for a while, and they have just turned it on. Now, I don't really think they turned it on against the Bills. That was the second string Bills defense. So just put that aside. But they turned it on versus Baltimore. Baltimore also gave them the ball in a couple of interesting situations and refused to run. Not sure why they did what they did. But yeah, guys, if you want another unbiased play, Chiefs minus 10.5, or excuse me, over under 10.5 seems pretty low for the first half.
Yeah.
Like, how do the Chiefs not have 13 in the first half?
Yeah.
How is it not 14-13 one way or the other in the first half? Like, they want fireworks. So again, these are lines that make me like my Niners play. It doesn't make sense, guys. The books are steering people to the Chiefs every chance they get.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Let's go over the Super Bowl MVP odds. I know it's pretty popular for the Super Bowl. And honestly, like Patrick Mahomes, obviously the favorite. Now that's interesting, right? Because typically the quarterback of the team that's favored in the Super Bowl is going to be
it's a weird Super Bowl, man. They're
fun
with
it's because Brock Purdy is such a good supporting cast, right? So it's more spread out on that side.
You're nailing it.
So Patty Mahomes plus 150 coming in as the favorite to be Super Bowl MVP. Brock Purdy is sitting at plus 210, and then a big jump from there. We have C-Mac at plus 450, and then an even bigger jump. Travis Kelce 14-1, Debo 25-1, Pacheco 25-1, and then you got Brandon Ayuk, Rashee Rice, George Kittle 50-1, 71, etc.
Yeah.
Is there one spot you would buy at? I know you're already holding. You're holding a Debo ticket.
I'm holding a Debo ticket and a Kittle ticket. Both.
So you're holding a Debo 1,000 to win 40,000 at 40-1.
Yep.
What's the
Kittle was 1,000 win 91 back,
and that's down to 70-1. So you got value on both those.
90 bands, baby. Imagine I'm walking out with a fat stat. Matty will get the first FaceTime. I'll ask him if we should go black or green.
Yeah. You need one of them to play really well and one bad. Because
I know.
You know what I mean? Because if all the weapons play well, they're just gonna give it to Purdy.
Exactly.
So you need like Debo 2 touchdowns or Kittle 2 touchdowns.
I really need 2 touchdowns and 100 yards from both of them.
Yeah. Imagine if Debo is like 1 rush and 1 receiving.
Then I'm set. If Debo can rush one. So going back to Matty's question again, guys, trying to feed y'all. A tight end's never won the MVP, right? So you got to like those odds for Mahomes. If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, you got to believe Mahomes is doing it with his legs. He's doing it with his arm. The question is, does Pacheco run on our Niners? That's been a little bit Swiss cheese of defense. So when I bet these, I like
touchdowns or something.
If Pacheco runs 2 against us
and the Chiefs play defense,
then that's where he gets it. So I'm not going to lie. The Mahomes one doesn't pay well enough, guys, that I would encourage you to bet that. If you're going to bet that, just take the Chiefs money line.
I want to hammer Debo, bro.
Please.
I want to go to Hard Rock.
Should I sell you some of my tickets?
2 or 3. Oh, I'm in on that.
Should I sell you a little bit?
2 or 3.
I think I gotta give Matty. I'll give Matty a little love off my ticket just because it's there.
That'd be sick. I need a Debo. Do you have a Debo jersey? It probably won't fit my big ass.
No, it wouldn't fit.
I need a Debo jersey, bro.
I have mediums. I got to start buying larges.
Yeah.
My jersey fit like I got pads underneath, and I ain't got pads underneath.
All right. So where are you? So
yeah.
So today, if you don't have any tickets today, where's the value?
You don't have any tickets today.
You want to bet?
Hear me out. Hear me out. CMC is arguably the cheapest way or best value way to take the Niners money line in this game, right? What is he?
Plus 450. It's a good
Plus
number.
450.
It's a good number.
And again, if you want to divide that in two and go half a unit or half of what you're going to bet on the Super Bowl, so 1 unit, 2 units, whatever, and you go Brock and CMC, right? If the Niners win the Super Bowl, sadly for my 2 bets, it's most likely Brock or CMC that's winning the MVP. You got it cheap.
Yeah.
That said, I don't bet MVPs like that. I bet those to have fun. I'm sweating them. I'm cheering that I want Debo to rush one in. Yeah. I want Kittle to catch 2. I want Kittle to have that game he had, 2, 3. What was that? Was that at Philly when he tore it up? Was that 3 touchdowns at Philly?
Was it?
I don't know. I think it was. But so when I bet props, I'm doing it like a parlay. So although mathematically I would say, guys, split your Brock down CMC down the middle. One of the 2 of them is going to win. Take your better lines on the Niners money line. But like I'm saying, guys, Debo at 20-1 is nasty. That's a nasty parlay. You're just rooting for Debo to get a rushing touchdown, really, because he's getting a receiving one. Dude, think about it.
Chase Young, 260-1. Fred Warner, 140-1. Chris Jones, 110-1.
And I know you got paid like that, but I don't like
Bosa, 88-1. I hit years ago. I took Von Miller for the Denver Broncos Super Bowl MVP. That was the biggest NFL payout of my life as far as odds.
I get it.
It was crazy hit.
I just don't like those. I know they pay really well if you all want to sweat, but that's why I put in Debo and Kittle 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, because I wanted that defensive high payout, and I was all in on my Niners being there. So it paid more because they weren't even guaranteed to be in the Super Bowl yet.
Yeah.
So that's my answer, guys. If you want the conservative Brock CMC, split your dollar amount down the middle of what your average unit is. Better lines than Niners money line. Flip side, best single bet that I think is most likely to win is Debo. That said, guys, I made these bets for a reason. There has never been a tight end that's won MVP in a Super Bowl. Tell me there's not a better Super Bowl to have one of the 2 tight ends win.
Yeah, no, I agree.
These 2 are going to go at each other. One of them's going to go off first. The other one's going to go to their quarterback and say, I'm here to bail you out. Whichever tight end goes off first, the other one's going to say, feed me. I need to be fed. And they are both nightmare mismatches on their offenses against very good teams. These are very good teams.
Yeah.
So,
all right. I want to get your opinion on this crazy 26-1 prop.
Let's hear it.
Because it sounds so easy, but it's obviously so difficult to hit. Both teams to score 1+ touchdown and 1+ field goal in each half. So that means that the Niners would have to score a touchdown and a field goal in the first half and a touchdown and a field goal in the second half, just like the Chiefs would have to do the same.
Yeah.
That's 26-1. Is that crazy?
It is insane. This is like ours with your rushing quarterback. We looked good first half.
Yeah.
I was like, where's
the
that?
Jalen Hurts one last year.
So again, and I know you know this, but I just want to define this for anyone. This game needs to be within 3 points for that to hit, right? If anyone goes down 2 scores, they'll fall apart on balancing out. But dude, it
still sounds nice at 26.
Because it could easily be 14-10 at half, right? Then you got 2 touchdowns.
Right. And then if it's a close game second half and
well, 14-10, you're screwed. You didn't get your field goal from the other team.
Oh yeah, 14-10.
Yeah, so you really need 10-10. 13-13, 13-10.
It is hard.
And then you need the second half to play out the same. But dude, with a low spread and the odds being that high, this is the kind of stuff to me, like we grind out all year. This is the kind of shit that's worth a unit. Yeah. That to me is worth a unit. I'll give you another one. Have you ever heard of the octopus?
Yeah.
So the octopus, I think it pays 23-1 this year. For y'all not familiar on the octopus, you need to have the guy that gets the touchdown gets a 2-point conversion. Now, first and foremost, you don't even know if you're going to have a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And then you need the same dude that gets the touchdown to get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
But I will say,
it's got to be Christian
Pacheco or CMC. You have both sides. You don't have to pick a player, by the way, for the octopus. You just are cheering for a touchdown 2-point conversion.
I can see Kelsey getting it.
Kelsey could get it too. And the only thing I was thinking is if whoever scores your touchdown, it's high on your list. Whatever play it was worked. You might jam it right back. You go no huddle, you run that out there. So again, I think it's 23-1. These aren't good mathematical things to hit, but if y'all want to sprinkle on for half a unit, Shit's a lot of fun to win 13 units.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna bring in Trevor here so that way we can talk some more player props.
Do it, T-Rev.
What up, bro?
Dude, you just stole my octopus thunder, man. I was saving it for the show today.
My bad, brother.
All good.
What, is it 23?
No, give us your actual.
Yeah.
Is it 23?
It is. It's 23-1. Like, and it's CMC, right? Like CMC, right? Like there's just there. It shouldn't be 23-1 at his value. Like,
So I agree with you. And again, we're biased, but I'll tell you, if he goes and runs the ball in right from the 5, from the 7, by like running in through a 3-foot gap, you'll absolutely go no huddle straight to the freaking right back to CMC.
100%. You have to remember, right? Like, so I talked about this on, right, like the open bet show yesterday, right? You have to remember, KC is a bottom 10 defense in the league and explosive run rate allowed. It's over 5%. They gave up over 1,000 yards a yak. They are bottom 10 in yards before contact allowed. They give up 4.62 yards per carry to zone rushing. That's one of the worst in the league. We run the 4th highest zone blocking rate in the league. We're going to run outside zone and shove it down their throat all day. And yeah, Sebastian, the cool thing about Octopus is you don't have to pick the player. You just got to pick yes or no.
Yeah, so, it's just a yes or no bet. So Sebastian.
I didn't know that.
My homie Seba that's why I call you Seba.
You don't have to say like anybody can get it, right? Like, right? Yeah. Like there's too many guys that are like options to go get it there that I just that I like. So so some straight stuff that I like. I love Kittle over longest reception, over 21.5 yards, because we're gonna pound the ball at them so much. They're eventually going to have to bring somebody down. They're going to start having to creep in. Otherwise, we're just going to keep it running down their throat. And by the time the second half comes, it's going to set up play action. I just don't see like how it doesn't. Like, I love that. I love that for like a good straight, just put a unit on it. Values there pretty good. Now, what everybody really wants, right? They want the long shots. They want the crazy stuff.
Let me feed you real quick, Trev, before you go.
Okay.
You got a question, and I know you have one. Randy wants a wide receiver to win Super Bowl MVP. He's decided he wants to be a wide receiver. Do you have a wide receiver in your playbook?
Well, we're about to talk about him right now.
All right.
And it is somebody you have a future on. You're going to be very excited to hear the math behind this, and that is Deebo Samuel. Deebo is catching 2, and he's running for 1, I think.
Woo!
Like I think Deebo goes 153 in this game. And let me talk about the math. There's actual some math behind this, and let me explain why. Right? I get the Chiefs are just unbelievable on pass defense. They've been great this year.
Really have.
They really have. One of the issues they're gonna have, and it's just the media is not talking about it, and I keep bringing it up. Charles Omenihu is out for them on the D line now. That dude is a tank up front. He is a tank. He is going to cause no more problems for the Niners. Like, that's huge. So I love that. But let's talk about the math behind this. Deebo to score 2 TDs at the sharp prop books is down to 750. Deebo wasn't 750 to score 2 TDs once all season. Like, he wasn't even in the ballpark to score 2 TDs at 750 like once all season. Okay. So you can still get it for like plus 1,000 in a couple spots, but hold on. Let me talk about 3 TDs. Okay. Pinnacle has taken Deebo's 3 TDs off the board. You can't even bet it at Pinnacle now. It's down to 3,500 at Caesars, and you can get it for like there's some places you can go shop it, but it should be 5,000 to 7,000. Caesars has taken it down to 3,500. And it is off at Pinnacle. They believe it's going. When Pinnacle wraps it up, they want no more fucking exposure to that line, and they are worried about it when Pinnacle pulls the line down.
Would you rather get Deebo MVP at 25-1 versus 3 TDs at 35?
Yes, because you could win it with 2.
Yeah, 100%. But why not split the risk?
Well, if he gets a bunch of yards.
Yeah.
Right, but if he because what if he goes 175 and 2 TDs instead of 3?
If he goes 175 and 1 TD, he could win it. Depending on how
100%.
depending on how the game plays out.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Debo's gonna get 5 to 7 carries in this game. I just don't see CMC is gonna touch the ball. My only worry on the MVP thing is that CMC is gonna touch the ball 30 times in this game. That's my only worry on the I don't see how Shanahan doesn't give him the ball 30 times. And if he doesn't, like, I'll drown him in a pool in Vegas. Like, just
24 units coming up. Not even.
I can't even with these guys.
Brett's a dog. I gotta click right above Brett though, real quick too. And BTB, are you a Dodger fan too, man? Is it you? Are you messing with it? BTB, the good news about Bet Openly. You're allowed to bet over and under touchdowns. So all you got to do is bet Debo under a half a touchdown. Send me the link on Twitter, and you can take my money. Take my money. Nothing would make. I'm a Giants fan. Dodgers fans love taking Giants fans' money. Come take my money.
All right.
Well, so Trevor, outside of Debo, you like D-Mac too. Like, what else do you like in this game? Player prop box.
All right, so we're going to go with the NFL script. It's rigged. Who just signed a deal with licensing for the NFL? Christine Juszczyk. Who is at plus 1,000 to get a anytime TD in this game? Juice is. And his Juice. I gave out to our DD members. I gave out his first TD. No. Yeah, hold on. His first, I'm not that crazy, but I gave out his first TD at plus 6,600. He's down to plus 4,000 for first TD now. You can't even get it at 6,600 anymore. But they got the jacket out today. It's a Super Bowl limited edition. It's going to get auctioned to charity. If you're a conspiracy theorist,
Trevor, guess what his MVP odds are?
15.
700.
700 to 1.
I'm putting 100 on it. How can you not put a buck on that, bro?
Dude, that's why I made that video. It's so funny too. People can't even tell when I'm kidding. That's why I made that video, because everyone was talking about the color of the logo.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. To make a video go viral, all you got to do is say some bold shit that you know is going to piss off 50% of the people. And it made them go nuts. So I literally did a follow-up and showed him that she signed the deal. Bro, the NFL's smart. Dude, my wife will not touch their sequenced trashy material. Like, my mom likes that stuff. Sorry, Mom, I don't mean to insult you. My mom loves like the pink and the sequenced little things. I don't even know what they're called. But wifey won't touch it. And now once this Christian, dude, my wife's gonna be like, I need $1,000. I'm like, for what? She'll be like, to buy the Christian jacket. I'll be like, that should cost more than everything I got. Wild world. So I like Juice anytime TD. You know what's making me sad, Trevor? I'm realizing how hard it's gonna be for me to win my Debo MVP or Kittle MVP, because we got to get the ball to CMC, to Brock, to freaking Juice. It's gonna be hard, man. I need the Niners to put up 100.
So I love Brock straight over 1.5 TDs. The price on it's criminal right now. It shouldn't be where it is. For the total at 47.5 in the game and his line to be what it is for that, it shouldn't be there. It's not even in the ballpark of what it should be. It's like minus like 120 on average across the books. It shouldn't be there. So let's talk about Kelsey. We are going to bracket Kelsey. And one of my favorite bets of the week is Kelsey under 7.5 receptions. They're going to put Fred on him, and we're going to bracket them. And they're going to have to try to use Justin Watson or Richie James or somebody else, right? Like, Rice will get his targets. But Baltimore showed in that second half, they locked KC up in that second half of the game and showed exactly how to do it. They just were, Monken lost his mind and just didn't run the ball. They showed in that second half. As soon as they put Roquan on Kelsey, they locked him down, right? They brought a safety over. It was game. Now you also have to remember, I love this too. I love Bosa for more than 1.5 sacks. Joe Thuney is out now. They're saying he's like 1% chance he's playing. That is a massive blow for KC's line. The dude's a monster. He's one of the best linemen in the league. Like, dude's just a stud. That's a big blow for Kansas City. I think we're going to get after him. I think Kinlaw is after him. I love Armstead for a sack. I love that side of it. It's there's a ton of value there. So like that one lights me up. And then I wouldn't be a man of the people if I didn't give them a Taylor Swift prop for this game. So there is about 10 Taylor Swift props you can bet right now. And my favorite one is who will say exactly Taylor Swift first, Jim Nance or Tony Romo. Nance is the favorite at -142, but you can get the dog, Tony Romo, for plus money at plus 107. I got to go with the underdog, right? And talk about, remember Romo had Jessica Simpson when he was dating her. She used to come to the Cowboy games in that ugly pink jersey and sit in the booth. Speaking of those pink clothes, I like that one. So it's we call MVS frying pan hands. If you ever seen the movie The Replacements, right? So like when they have that wide receiver, right? Like they can't catch the ball and they put all the stickum on his hands. So that's MVS. And this is going to be the biggest problem for the Chiefs. Mahomes has carried them there, but they haven't played a team like the 49ers the right way. Baltimore's really good, but they just had a terrible game plan. But Miami was Miami's the walking wounded. There's just a ton of problems. So obviously I'm biased. And one other one I'll give that I think has a ton of value. You can bet CMC Pacheco combined over 164.5 yards for like almost like -110. There's going to be I think both of them get the rock in this game. I think CMC gets 100 on the ground. And what I'm hoping is with these Debo TDs, right? Debo breaks one, he gets one close, maybe breaks a screen and we get him there.
Interesting.
I like it all.
So where are you at, Matty? I don't know where Matty is on this. I haven't really got to hear. I wasn't.
Matty, give us a prop that you've been eyeing.
You think I'm wearing a fucking 49ers hat?
No. I want to know where I know where you're at. Like I want to know where you're at on like a prop. Like what's something you've seen that you really like?
I mean, I like Debo for every prop imaginable. I like all Debo's overs. I like Debo MVP. I like Debo's 26-1 to have the most rushing yards in the game.
You see that one, Trev?
Yeah, I mean that we're gonna have a small play on that. Like that's all the stuff we're gonna drop. I just haven't laid it because I wanted to make sure nothing crazy happened right before the game. Like I wanted to get through practices that hey, we're here, everybody's playing, we're signed up. But if Debo breaks a jet sweep for 80 yards and then gets 4 more carries and rushes for 40, that Debo having 120 rush yards is 100% in his wheelhouse. Like that's in the realm of things that are possible in this game because KC's run D is so bad. And then you take out one of their best run stoppers.
That's the thing. They don't have a good run D, and I don't think people are willing to admit that. Trev, do you have a lean on the over/under in the game? We just want to cover everything for everyone listening.
I'm torn. So for props, I wanted to go over, but I like the game at like 34-10, 31-10 San Francisco, 31-13. Like
I'm over here saying we win by 3-7.
We're going to
just drop a 34-10.
I'm betting it. I'm gonna bet.
I respect you. I gotta just battle you for a second. We gotta have a fair show. You legit believe we can hold them to 10?
100%.
Wow.
Because they don't have anybody to catch the ball. They're going to be missing their best offensive lineman. They're going to be missing their run stopper. The problem is we're going to just grind the clock at them, right? We know what the math is. Take 8, 9, 10-minute drives and look at what James Cook did to them in the regular season.
I can't stand up right now, Trev. I got a soft serve picture in our Niners just smoking them. I gotta stay under this table.
Honestly, that if it was 34-10, that would be like when Peyton Manning and the Broncos played the Seahawks, and the Broncos were expected to win, or it was a close spread, and it was like 44-8.
It started off with like a
pick
snap
six,
over their punt over their head. Or
remember this: Nick Foles and the Eagles weren't supposed to score 44 against Brady and the Patriots. Like that wasn't supposed to happen in that game, right? The Nick Foles led Eagles were not supposed to beat the Patriots, and the line, like I love that the line is stuck. There isn't that much exposure to season-long futures for them to stick the line. There isn't $2, $3, $4 million, continually getting bet on that season-long exposure. Guys aren't holding that kind of money up on season-long futures. Like there's money, but it's not there. I just think this is the statement game for Shanahan. And I think he finally gets it right. Like I think we get it right. And for me, the reason I like that is I just think we're going to have the ball so much longer than Kansas City that they're not going to give Mahomes a chance to score.
I'm so nervous. I got to start drinking now. I'm starting to get
yeah,
nervous.
I'll probably throw up Sunday morning. I'm not exaggerating. Like I legitimately might throw up Sunday morning.
I'm nervous. I've seen this before.
Are you going to the game, Trevor?
I felt it. No, Trevor's got to.
No. We're down on I'm in Pensacola, Alabama area right now. So
Trevor's in the dirty South.
Yep. No, we're down here. We're gonna be here for Fat Tuesday. So then we got Fat Tuesday. So I plan on celebrating Fat Tuesday, decked out in Niner gear, annoying all these Chiefs fans down here. Good. There's a lot of people from Missouri down here right now for winter.
As you should. Randy, so I'm with Randy a little bit here, not the whole way. I want a blowout. I want to be so drunk that my pants are off and I'm getting carried out of the stadium and then carried out of the casino because I'm winning so much. Because Debo has 3 touchdowns or Kittle has 3 touchdowns in the first half and I can just laugh. But I'm with Randy. I think this is a defensive little battle. I do think there's a little more field goals here, Randy. You got a lot of touchdowns. I do think there's a couple more field goals on each side. I think the defense battles. I think both defenses battle. I hope I'm wrong. God, I want to be wrong.
This is just the spot for me that for me it's Kansas City's, as great as Mahomes is and as great a coach as Andy Reid is, they don't have the weapons in this game to hang as my issue. Like he can't. He's just not going to be able to overcome it against this stacked 49ers team. It's just for me, it's a different situation. And I really think there is now a chance for there. I also wouldn't be surprised if it was 27-17. Like that wouldn't shock me either. But I just think there's a chance we just blow it out at him.
Do you got any love on the national anthem?
I don't know what to do there, man. Like, I don't know. Reba's old. I go under.
Zach.
Like, I go under just because, and it's also moved up. It has moved up by like 4 to 6 seconds. So it makes me like the under now just because Reba's a little older, right? Reba's not 27-year-old Reba with, these big giant lungs. Like, I'm not saying the woman still can't sing. Like, I love me some Reba, but like,
I want to shoot Zach real quick. I just want to shoot Zach real quick because Zach, I like you. Honestly, there's not a whole lot of research you can do on props like this. They're pretty much set to divide the public. They know it's just within 2 seconds of where they practice or try, and then you're just getting lucky, basically. Isaac has a good comment here. Let's give Isaac some love real quick. Isaac's right. Forget the regular season stuff. Mahomes is great when it matters. The Chiefs have had catching problems all year until the playoffs started. The Baltimore game showed me all I need to see. Mahomes is great. Open your eyes, Matty bets. Matty is crossed over to the red side.
I actually couldn't disagree. I couldn't disagree more with that statement. Actually, I couldn't disagree more with that, and here's why. Baltimore showed us what not to do against Kansas City. Right? Go watch the second half unbiased. Like, I don't have a dog in that race. Go watch. Baltimore shut them down. Like, they locked it up. Todd Monken, took one of the best and arguably the best rushing offense in the league and only ran 28% of the time in that game. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, there is a blueprint to beating
I'm pretty
Kansas
sure
City.
what the Chiefs did. I'm pretty sure what the Chiefs did was they overshowed that they were going to stop the run. They overcommitted to stopping the run, and they got what they wanted. They wanted a I don't want to say a young Baltimore team because their quarterback's mature enough now, but they showed that they were overcommitting to stopping the run and they were going to give up the pass. The problem was that's exactly what they wanted them to do, was think that they cannot run the ball and commit to the pass. So, and honestly, I'm glad that happened because Shanny has taken a loss just like the Ravens did. The Ravens lost. Shanny has done that to us before. I would argue he almost did that to us versus Green Bay. We didn't run enough.
Look at our text messages. If we could show you Gino and I's text messages during that game, it's literally the conversation we have. There is a blueprint. If we run outside zone blocking scheme in this game, they will not be able to stop us. We will have I'll bet we can get close to 40 minutes of possession if we run outside zone all game.
I agree.
So I don't think that's happening here.
I'm just hammering Debo.
Debo all the way around.
If Debo gets injured in the first half, I'm gonna literally break the TV because I'm gonna have like a dozen Debo props in this game.
No, this is also like this is the game that they go like varsity blues and they take the shot, they come back. Like they're going to the tent, they're going in the back, they're getting juiced, they're coming back out.
Yeah, we're doing this. All right, so let's wrap this up. I think we covered most of the comments. Anyone ask anything? I'm gonna give out my best play. Let's give out one play that we're putting our name next to, like Matty. Is it Debo? Is it rushing yards? Is it receiving? Is it anytime touchdown?
Debo MVP.
Damn. Okay. So Matty's slapping it down. Debo MVP. I got to play on that and Kittle. Those are my long shots. I think I'm going to go with the first half under. I think the Niners and Shanny, we finally got to him, Niners Nation and everyone. I think Shanny's going to come out and overcommit to the run, not in a negative way, just he's not going to do what we've let him do in the past. I believe this game is ran on both sides of the ball. I think it's 23.5 last time I saw it. So 13-10 is as close as it can get. That gets Matty both his touchdowns and both his field goals. I do think we pull away in the second half, but I do like the under and the Niners in the first half. I like the Niners to be up about 3 at half, and I think the Niners pull away after that. I like the Niners to win this game by 7-10.
All right. So my favorite, and I'll give it, I haven't even talked about it all show. My favorite prop is Elijah Mitchell over 4.5 rush plus receiving yards, right? When the game mattered.
Why is it so low?
Because he hasn't been used. Because they have not used him.
We got to pull him in once when CMC's tired after a long run.
100%. He's going to get 5 to 7 carries in this game. And here's why I really like it. Last week, when CMC, remember he landed on his head, it kind of pinched his neck a little bit. At the end of the game, when we needed a first down and we needed to run out the clock,
I know
Shanahan did not hesitate to put Elijah in the game and hand him the rock. Right? It wasn't anybody else in there. He's going to get 5 to 7 carries. They're going to run the ball 30 times in this game between.
What is his over-under on rushing? 1.5 attempts?
Yeah, 1.5 attempts. It is just completely. This is just them mispricing this. And here's the deal: we haven't been able to get an Elijah prop besides a touchdown for weeks. We haven't been able to get it. Right? So. I just think this is one of the best buy low spots for the game. I have the Niners at -7.5 at +320 that I already have some money on. So I got a couple units at that. I think they cover that. I think
I got to give the fans what they want. So when Gino hits his 40K on Debo, Matty gets a slice of that. How much do I take to the tables, Matty? All of it. Don't say that. I want to know. Matty bets
at least 10 bands.
Okay, so I take 40. I put 30 in my pocket.
You go 10
And I try and run the 10 to 100.
bands on the table, $500 hands. So you have 20 bullets in the chamber, and you run it up.
And I run it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
All right. So guys, when Debo, and then well, that's a Debo wins.
It's a Debo
Now
win.
if Kittle wins, I get 91. Do I
Oh,
take 70 for 21 at the tables?
Yeah.
All right.
But then you got to go 1,000 a hand.
Yeah, then you go to 1,000 and try to run.
1,000 in hand, 20 in the chamber, 21 in the chamber, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
And listen, if Debo wins it or if Kittle wins it, okay, either a $500 or $1,000 play on Debo. If Debo wins, can't do Kittle. If Debo wins, on 19 on roulette.
Now that's another one.
Yeah.
Now that's another one I need to put down. A little player action.
Yeah.
All right, my degens. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for the show. Matty, thanks for all the research. Guys, there is some value here. We like giving you entertaining shit too, but Octopus is a little interesting. In a close game, if y'all believe this is going to be a close game, Matty's single touchdown, single field goal each team, both halves, is pretty nasty, especially if you like the over in this game. If you like the over, if you think this is 30 to freaking 28, some shit like that, like getting 20x on that is crazy.
And you can get CMC 35 yards each half rushing if you think the game's going over.
Oh, that's the Jalen one we had last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had it in the first half and then went away from it.
Then he went away from it. Monteroso,
down to too easy.
You're allowed to make any bet you want and tag me in it on Twitter, and I will come and take it.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
Pat, same for you,
luck,
brother.
Good luck on the Super Bowl.
Later, homies.
Yeah.